Hello primary 4 students, how are you? Welcome in your science class with me, Dr. Shaimaa Hamdy Kassem, and your channel, the Big Sister channel. As now, we will start studying Concept 2 from Unit 1, which has the title, Senses at Work. So, let's start the first lesson in this concept. Here we have the human senses. You know that the human has 5 senses, which are taste, smell, hearing, touch, and sight. As the taste sense is done by the tongue, okay? The smell sense is done by the nose. The hearing sense is done by ears. And touch sense is done by the skin. And finally, the sight sense is done by eyes, okay? You know that animals have senses like humans. And these senses enable them to communicate with each other, and adapt to their environments. As the word enable is a verb, and it means can. As they can communicate with each other and adapt to their environments by the senses. As you see here, the human has the hearing sense that enables him to listen to music, to listen to each other, okay? And this is by the organ ears, by the ears, okay? Here also we have owl, and owl has extraordinary sense of hearing and sight. They hear very well, and their sight is perfect, okay? So owl has extraordinary sense of hearing and sight. Also we have dogs. They have sharp senses of smelling and hearing, okay? And also this is an animal which called mongoose, Egyptian mongoose, and these animals live with other mongooses. They live in a community, okay? So they communicate with each other by making sounds, okay? So the Egyptian mongooses make sounds to communicate with other mongooses and to search for food, okay, or to move to another place. Here, as we said, that the owl has extraordinary senses, and the word extraordinary means super, more than normal, okay? As if you watch these cartoon, PG Masks, as you know, there is an owl here. The owlet is an owl, and it has super power. So why owl needs extraordinary senses of hearing and sight? Because, as you see here, search for food at night. So owl needs extraordinary senses of hearing and sight to see its prey and hear its prey. Yes? Also here, as we said, dogs have sharp senses of hearing and smell. As this is why we use them for guarding homes or farms, okay? Why? Because they have sharp senses of smell. They smell very well, and hearing. Okay, so here we said that the dog has sharp senses of hearing and smell, and we have the owl has extraordinary senses of hearing and sight. And here, as we said, mongooses live in a community with each other, so they make sounds to communicate with other mongooses to move from place to place or for searching for food. So here, if we have a question, give reasons for Egyptian mongoose makes sounds. So the answer will be to communicate with other mongooses, to move from place to place, or when searching for food, okay? So here we will go to activity 2, dolphin senses. as we will talk about dolphins and how the dolphin senses, okay? As here, dolphin also has sharp senses, super senses, okay? Especially the hearing sense, as the most sharp sense that dolphins have is hearing. They can hear all kinds of sounds, okay? If we compare between the hearing sounds in the human and in dogs and dolphins, we will see that the dolphins have sharp sense of hearing comparing with the dogs and human, okay? So why dolphins need these sharp senses? Because these sharp senses help the dolphin to survive through finding food and protecting themselves underwater. So sharp senses help dolphins to survive through two things: finding food and protecting themselves underwater. Do you know that the sound travels as waves? As we have sound waves, all sounds travel as waves in the form of sound waves. Okay, and these waves, when they hit any object or solid surface, they bounce back, okay, and they return back. So waves bounce back when they hit a solid surface, okay? If we talk about sound waves, so when the sound waves hit a solid surface, they bounce back in a form of echo. You may hear echo before when you say something and you hear your sound again. This is an echo, okay? Okay, you know how the dolphin benefit from this information? As dolphin produces sound waves that travel through water, okay? These waves, these sound waves, when they hit objects, they bounce back to the dolphin in the form of echo. And this echo helps the dolphin to locate this object, even this object is a prey or other object. So here, dolphin produces sound waves that travel through water. These sound waves hit objects, then bounce back to the dolphin in the form of echo, and this echo helps the dolphin to locate this object, even this object is a prey or another object. And this property, we call it echolocation. So the echolocation property in dolphins, this is a property that depends on the sense of hearing through which dolphins locate their prey or any objects underwater. Okay, so we saw how the sharp sense of hearing is very important for the dolphin. So it produces sound waves that hit any object and bounce back in a form of echo, and these echo help the dolphin to locate the object. Okay, if what we said is okay, so we will go to activity 3. Activity 3 talked about that animals have senses that may be sharp senses. As we saw, the dolphin has sharp sense of hearing, and also the owl has extraordinary senses of hearing and sight. So animals may have more than one sense that are sharp, and this is help the animal to adapt to its environment. So animals use the senses to adapt to its habitat or environment. And the ability of the animals to see, hear, taste, smell, and feel, this is called animal perceptions, perceptions. So animal perceptions means the ability of animal to use the 5 senses. Okay, and we will talk about fox. As you see here, we studied before that foxes excellent hearing sense. You remember that in the Arctic fox and fennec fox. Also, as we see here, this is the panther chameleon, and the panther chameleon has sharp senses in sight and hearing. Okay, and this is help it to find food. Here, as we see, has sharp senses of smell and hearing, as we said. And here, monkey can use all the 5 senses to adapt to its environment and recognize the objects. Okay, so here we can say the animal perceptions, the ability of the animals to use their senses. Okay, as here, the fox use the hearing and sight sense to avoid danger. And here, the panther chameleon use the sight and to find food. And here, the dog use the smell and hearing senses to recognize friends, to know its friends. Okay, recognize or recognizing friends. Okay, and here we have the monkey use the 5 senses: touch, smell, hearing, taste, and sight to identify objects. With this information, we finished our lesson. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and share my channel. Thank you for watching. See you next video, inshallah, and goodbye.